Yeah, give me a second real quick to get this set up real quick. My apologies. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's my bad. Choo choo. What's the vibes? Yeah, we in here, man. We in here. That's my apologies right here. Feel like dude had took some dang NyQuil or something. Oh, my check. My check. Yeah. I came back from the grave, y'all. Everything good. See, I dropped the line for Turbo right here, but we're gonna talk about structure and we're gonna talk about from now when these lives start coming in the subject and all that, so it won't be like going to the left. So, like, for instance, if we talk about how to become full, like how to become self-sufficient, we're gonna have sections within that live that's gonna be able to help you become self-sufficient, and we're gonna keep it, pace, like we're gonna keep it steady on that situation right there. If that makes sense right there. All right, yep, everybody can hear me, yep, we're good. And I use major pain because, yeah, it might be funny and all that, but dang, I can't even show like a picture of it right now. Hold on, let me see something. Nope, can't do it like that. But anyways, yeah, I'm about to go ahead and pull the laptop up real quick. Terry will say you about to join in a minute. We're gonna have a discussion about that situation. But how many of y'all in here have watched the movie Major Pain? It's like a comedy slash serious movie. What had confused me about that was that they had been wearing dresses because I think it was a punishment. I was like, Yeah, I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. More facts. Definitely gonna have a situation, a discussion about that. Shout out to Mo Facts. If y'all don't know who that is, a very talented brother of ours who is all about structure, actually, who is all about setting up a tempo and having control of that and making sure it don't get out of hand. It's no disrespect. It's like, Kevin Samuels, Joe Rogan, even on his YouTube channel, he has structure. And he's a very, very straight to the point brother. Like when he was on Star, he was able to give a brief explanation about the situation, and he was able to just do that and back up out of it. Hold on, give me 1 second, real quick. Loading my laptop up right now. And yeah, once again, I apologize about the time right there. I had felt like I had passed out and took some NyQuil, but nah, that's just hard work right there. And you gonna go through some mistakes, but you still gonna be in here. If you love doing something, you gonna make it happen regardless. It's gonna be therapeutic to you. Laptop loaded faster than I thought it would. And once I bring that up, we definitely going to show some examples of structure. We're going to show some examples of the tempo and the style of how it's like selected and how it's completed. Come on. Okay. Where's the remote for that? Try and get the remote for my TV screen. Got it. How's everyone's night and morning going, by the way? If you mind me to ask. What I'm using right now is a Mac, but it has Windows and Mac. It has Windows and OS on it at the same time, and it takes a minute for it to boot up and everything. But to be honest, it's actually a little faster than I thought. And like I'm already on the desktop, opening up Google Chrome to join half of this link right here, so I can be able to show examples for y'all. If y'all could bear with me for a minute. But dang, we was going at it for a good long time, y'all. Appreciate y'all for like hanging in there and going through the trials and tribulations and the evolution of this channel because y'all support it, man. Y'all helped build this. Mr. 2K, Mrs. 2K, ain't that something? Y'all find the stream yard. Boom. Reminds me of like intros and everything. Anybody in here watches Kevin Samuels? I'm talking about like watch it, like all of it, not just the dang sound bites. Uh, 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 uh. Give me 1 second. Oh yeah, there we go. Found it. Share YouTube right there. All right, so your browser can't access your devices closing the other condition of using camera schedule. Yeah, I'm aware of that. All right, so I've been checking out. And speaking of that, wow, you got Kevin Samuels going live once again, and like definitely his situation. Wow. Hey, that's amazing. Oh yeah, but shouts out to Mofax right here. He might not be on it right now. Earlier he was, but definitely been checking out his stuff. Like he structure about it. He be on Star Report. Straight to it, cut, dry. Not too dry, but actually very creative. That's some nice branding that he got. What's going on, my brother?
Hey, what's going on, my brother? How you been, man?
I've been excellent, just passed out like I've been off the night quill and everything, but
No,
everything's straight.
yeah, man. I saw you put the reminder. Hold on, let me switch over. Yeah, I saw you put the reminder, and then I set the reminder, and then you just died, bro.
Yeah, I died, and I appreciate you for bringing me back to life. That's what it's all about at the end of the day, huh?
Yeah, I see you changed our. I see you upgraded because I see it's red now, like our names.
Oh yeah, I just be changing every time I come up in here just to help change the tempo up. I don't want to keep it like similar all the time, but I
Well, you
actually
got
got. Oh, yeah, my bad.
no. I said, well, you got Nyquil and ZQL on your screen.
Oh, I just wanted to use that as simile, but dang, that is true because I was listening to Facts podcast, and he was talking about the origins of trap music, and he was talking about how many people think that it started from Jeezy or Gucci Man, and he went all the way deep to the roots of like UGK, and if I can remember, it was another person, but it's crazy because around that time, you see this right here,
Yeah,
now the night quill, that's purple, it's called Z quill.
yeah.
Serp lean was so it was very popular at that moment that even the pharmaceutical companies had tried to brand themselves to make it look in resemblance like that.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, so shouts out to him for doing that right there. And yeah, so pretty much we're just talking about Major Pain and how that
Is that a movie? Major Pain?
yeah, we have Major Pain. It's a great movie actually. It's about discipline. It's kind of like comedy, but it has some meaning behind it.
Is that with one of the Wayne brothers?
Yeah, I think this was the oldest or something because after that one, I haven't seen him in a while. And I remember that kid. Oh man, I'm telling you,
I've never seen this movie in my life. That's the crazy part. I gotta watch this.
yeah, it's very unique, man. It's very unique.
Oh shit, we got Citizen Lou up in this game, boy.
What's going on, my brother, Citizen Lou? How you doing?
Hey, what's up, Grunt? What's up, Turbo? Man,
Man,
chilling.
we chilling, man. We chilling.
So we're just doing excellent. We over here discussing about structure and meaning behind it and how structure make not only this channel but many other channels efficient for the viewers and the people who be on there.
Oh, that's
Uh,
what's up. Yeah, you do need structure, bro. Hey, my bad on that stream yesterday, man. I had actually fell asleep.
No, no,
Uh,
you good.
my buddy was talking, but he was dropping some game. But I had, yeah, my phone had went out too. I was gonna jump back on, but you right, man. The structure is true, man. Because you gotta like discipline. We were talking about that one time. It's like the first couple months, man. It's gonna be hard. You're gonna be you have to grunt like you have to do something you're not good at or something you're bad at over and over again until you get good at it, right?
mm-hmm.
That's absolutely correct.
You get what I'm saying? 'Cause, like I remember I was doing like jujitsu or doing like other things. Like I had to keep doing something horribly, what I mean, like basketball. Yeah, my jump shot was trash for a long time until it got good. So
Practice
yeah,
makes
man, you're
perfect.
right.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Practice makes perfect, as you Lou said. You gotta keep doing something so you get better at it. Definitely agree with you, Citizen Lou.
I know, man. Y'all boys don't get me on that beats real soon too. But I'm gonna be in that mother cooking, boy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be trash in the beginning. Trust me, man. But hey,
Hey, that's all of us, man. That's all of us. We got better as we produced and we shared knowledge with each other. The reason why me and Grump really, fuck with each other is because I shared knowledge with him that I know of, and he shared his knowledge. And in the beat game, everybody trying to hide their sauce, but because you can't give all your information away, like all your sauce away, and then next person gonna steal it and not give you credit. You get what I'm saying?
right,
But because I didn't get that energy from Grump, it was okay for me to show him everything that I could and push everything that I had, and then he did the same as well. But then he just stopped or fell back on making beats because he's doing this now and he's doing a lot of other stuff.
And
Right?
apologies. I'm still going to get back to it right there. Go ahead and finish off, Turbo.
No, go ahead. You want to say you want to get soon back into it? Not much trying to
I'm
say.
talking about soon back into making beats again. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, you're right. I did take a break on it just to find some common ground on to be able to do this and many others. But that's not an excuse right there. And I put this up right here on this kid. I'm not, and to be honest, y'all, I apologize. I ain't gonna be playing that much video scenes like that because I don't want us to be getting it down. But for this scene right here, same thing with Turbo was talking about how we exchange information because in the music industry, you got producers who be like, "You ain't stealing my sauce." Oh, nah, it's all about sharing knowledge and growing. So the scene right here, where he was putting the jacket on and taking it off, I remember I was a kid and I was seeing it and I wasn't understanding it. But when he was fighting the other kid, it made a lot of sense. And I
Mhm.
just let it be like that.
Exactly. So I'm like I'm grateful for what Grump has showed me, and I'm pretty sure Grump is grateful for what I showed him. Like some game I put him on. And it's the same thing with you, Luke. Once you get in the game, you know, we gonna put you on everything you need to know. You know, just like if we have any questions about programming, we can come to you at any time.
Yeah, I'm
So
programming right now. I'm working on some stuff right now. It's just I like to be on these streams now. Do my work and chop it up with
yeah,
y'all.
yeah, just like it's like a little distraction, but at the same time, it's like you enjoying your work, but you're having like a nice little conversation with us.
Yeah, it's like being at a coffee shop. You know what I mean? Like we all
Hmm.
here chopping it up, and I can just still do my. You know what I mean? Y'all
Exactly,
cool.
exactly.
Very true. Hey, shouts to the people in the chat. Marcus, Washington, I really appreciate you. Even when I wasn't here on time, my apologies. You were still holding it down. A lot of tips and many more, though. And we're going to bring the brother Mo up in here. How you doing?
How y'all doing tonight?
Oh, what's
We
up,
doing all
Mo?
right. We doing
Excellent.
all right.
That's good. And
Chill.
So,
one thing I want to say about structure is
mhm,
sleep is part of that.
yeah,
Sleep is a very integral part of having a structured life.
You're right, man. Because you got to end. You have to because there has to be an ending. You can't do it 24/7, right?
Yeah, because you have so much zeal to start something, and if you go too hard, then you'll burn yourself out. So I just want to share that point about it too, with just having structure within your life.
yes,
Yeah, Mo.
sir.
Because you know what, Mo? It's funny you say that because I remember when I was like, I remember Grumpy told that story before. I couldn't do 135 on the bench press. Then I found a program, like a structure to follow, and I got like, and I was sleeping too a lot more as well. And I realized like I got way more games. So you're right. A lot of people don't think about that. You're right. Sleep is important with anything, really. Not even just working out. Like just sleep is vital. That
It
boy
is.
put his sleep photos up.
Yeah, for the visualizers out here, and yeah, that may sound very cliche, but it's very true. You definitely need to get your rest, and you definitely need to be on top of it. It's all about improving it every single day. Shouts out to Mo once again for being in here. And once you have a structure in the system, it's going to become more efficient. It just takes time, though, like a muscle, like how you were saying, Lou. I couldn't do 135 at one time, and there was this girl. She was right beside me. And she was doing it like it was nothing. That's when I was in the beginning of high school. And now I'm up to 325 now, but still, that just lets you know how far that I was able to go. And it don't stop from there because if you just stop, you're gonna slowly go back to square one, if not worse than before, if that makes any sense.
Hmm.
You're right, because a lot of cats, what they do, man, they just try to, like, I'll use coding as an example. Like they'll get on a coding thing and they'll do like 6 8 hours. They'll try to do that for like a week. Then I hit them with like a question and they don't know what I'm talking about. Then they just quit. And it's like, bro, you gotta you like Mo said, you can't just be overzealous and just trying to do it all in 2 weeks. You got to have a structure. You got to have a framework. You have to do it consistently. And I think that the less zeal and the less you go like balls to the wall 150 miles an hour, the more consistent you can be. And that's why having a program is so important because it allows you to stay focused and stay on the path. You get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Now I got a question for you, citizen. I don't know if this has to do. I don't think it has to do with anything what we're. Well, it has to do with what you're talking about coding. What can
Mhm.
you kind of explain about a data analyst? Because it's talking about
A data
learning.
analyst.
Yeah, because they're saying key skills for data analyst is SQL, Oracle, and Python. They're supposed to know.
Well, okay, so a data analyst, you would want to know like Python or R because they're just kind of used for those things, to kind of like go through a lot of data at once. And then databases like SQL.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so is that what your question was? Like why, like what was your question? I'm sorry.
No, that's like basically what I wanted to know. Like, because I'm looking for the skills. Because I'm looking for, as I'm talking to you guys, I'm looking for a new job, right? Because the whole
Uh-huh.
3 hours going to work and 3 hours coming back is killing me. And I visited my grandma today and my pops, and we were just talking about stuff. We was just chopping it up, and we they're like, yo, we noticed that this job is wearing you down because they want to spend time with me sometimes too. And on my days off, all I want to do is sleep because I'm so over exhausted with the traveling, right? And then on top of that, working as well. So, um, I've been seeing like jobs here and there, and because I speak Dutch, I'm a native that speaks Dutch. I saw some job about data analyst, so I was trying to see what exactly I needed to get into it. It said entry level, but what is entry
Uh,
level? So
yeah,
when
I
I
don't.
looked at it,
I mean, I'm not trying to like be. I'm gonna be real, bro. Like a lot of those jobs with Python, I don't. I do not recommend at all. Because like Python jobs are a lot of times you got to have like a master's or like that's
yeah,
why I don't promote Python because a lot of people talk about Python, and it's like, yeah, it's cool if you want to. It helps you, get your mind on programming. It's an easy transition, but if you're talking about getting money, if
hmm
we talking about money, JavaScript. I mean, hands down. Like
yeah, I learned about JavaScript a little bit in college.
yeah, so I'm not trying to be like a dash your dreams, and then it's just that like to be real, I don't think you like what you kind of looking for. I don't think learning Python won't help you out. I would say like JavaScript, like learn HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, then learn like a framework in JavaScript, and then like kind of go from there. Like kind
Yeah,
of like with the Karate Kid, wax on, wax off. Kind of stay focused on one thing, and what I mean, build on that for a little bit. That's kind of my
yeah. Nah, I thought it didn't require any type of skills like to be a data analyst, like a lot of crazy skills. But then as I'm asking you questions, I'm just seeing because it's just something for me to get into while I'm focusing on um
no, it's not. No, it's not. You're not gonna just walk into data analyst.
yeah, I'm mistaking myself for that one.
I understand. You want to get a new job, but I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Of
ain't
course,
gonna
you're
be.
gonna keep it a buck. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
gonna
I'm not
keep it
gonna
a
be
buck.
like these nigga, man, shit, nigga, yeah, you can do whatever you want, nigga. Shit, nigga, pipe. I hear dudes saying that. I'm not, and it make me mad because I'd be like, bro, like, like this shit.
It's not.
Because when I was at a boot camp, and
Yeah.
cats in there, man, they thought this job gonna be easy. It's like, bro, this like it's not hard, but it ain't easy. You see what I'm saying? Like they act like
Mhm.
we just gonna
It
be on
takes
Facebook.
talent.
What you say? What you say, Mo?
It takes talent.
Hmm. Mo, you're right. You're right.
That
But even
in
if
the
you don't have the talent, you still can be good. You get what I'm saying? Like just putting time in. Cause because to be honest, the amount of talented people, what I'm saying, is not that many in the industry. So you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But
so let's
uh
get to that though. Let's get into the talent and hard work thing right there. Let's what do you think about it, Mo?
Hey,
I'll let
hey,
you speak
hey,
on it.
Gordon, I sent you something in your Instagram. If you want to open it up right quick, and it's called Bloom's Taxonomy, and it's kind
Oh,
of like the levels of learning. If you want to open it up, it's going to be a pyramid.
all right, give me 1 second. I'm definitely gonna see if I'll be able to probably pull on my
And
phone.
and the reason why, like, I mean, I know I talked about the 7 habits last time. I always like to bring something to the table,
Yeah.
um, because I mean, I guess y'all call me OG. I'm 40 years old, so I've seen a lot of things, but I feel like a young man still because I still aspire to dream and chase my dream. So I haven't got old yet, and I refuse to get old because I think you only get old when you stop learning and stop chasing your dreams. So um, basically, the Bloom taxonomy is a pyramid, and it starts off with like the levels of learning. And the first level is remembering. The next level is understanding. And the next level is applying. Next is analyze, and then evaluate, and then the very tip of the pyramid is create. So hopefully it ties into the conversation we're having tonight. Is when we're talking about structure, what that does, it lends to the remembering, and it feeds into the movie as well, because when you have a structure, it allows you to create what they call muscle memory. And that's the thing where your muscles, it starts to remember the movements of what you're doing. And then it'll it'll actually, your body will respond like in almost a automatic way. So, and then next you have understand. So once you remember something, then you can understand it. And then you can actually apply that skill or that new talent or everything that you learn. And then you're able to analyze and then evaluate and then create. Because that's the pinnacle, is when you can actually create things out of inspiration.
Mm.
And so I just want to bring that to the table, just to, I'm saying, as a conversation piece.
No, bro, that's actually, I mean, this is actually powerful because I don't know if y'all remember that stream. It was like the other stream we had, Mo, when I was saying like this is what our education system should be based around:
Right.
Yeah.
application, muscle memory, and what I mean, creation.
Hmm.
Creation. That's the thing. If y'all really realize it, if you really think about it, bro, like the people who really make money are people who create things.
That's big facts. That's
You get what
big
I'm
facts.
saying? You see what I'm saying? Like they don't teach us how to create because they're teaching us to you got to know this president. Remember that. Oh, what did he do?
It's,
1812?
they stop you at remembering, or maybe and really. And if you think about it, the Illuminati, quote unquote Illuminati, is a pyramid itself, right? So it's basically, this is the levels, and the top people at the top are the creators of
Yep.
any structure in society. And the people at the very bottom are only meant to remember. They don't even understand what they do. They just remember what to do. You ask them, why do you do this? They're like, well, that's what I was taught. They have no ability to analyze or even, or,
Evaluate.
or evaluate what they're doing. They just do it, and they just do it repeatedly, just repeatedly regurgitating information that they've been taught. And the reason why I bring this up is I think Grump started the conversation talking about his channel. And man, before I started my channel, I would just watch YouTube, and I would watch and see what worked, what didn't work. I would understand the numbers. Like if you looked at views, if there's a ratio from views to likes to comments. And that's how you can tell if people, what I'm saying, if who's successful or not. Because if you have if the ratio is higher on comments, that's mean you're actually engaging with people. You got past the point of them hitting the like button to actually give you feedback. Even if it's negative feedback, you got to give them feedback. Maybe they say, man, your lives are too long, or or whatever they give you, you can learn from it. So that's why people actually pay you to give them feedback for companies and corporations. If if you ever look at your like Burger King receipt, it'll be like, give us feedback, we'll give you some free fries or a free nugget or something, because that feedback makes them a better company. So I wanted to put that out there.
Yeah, okay, I appreciate that. So the feedback. Can you repeat that again on the feedback? And like Burger King said, we'll give you a free nugget
Yeah,
if
if
you
you look
give
at
some
any
feedback.
receipt, yeah, if you look at any receipt, they'll say we'll give you something for free to give us feedback. Even if you've seen them on like a back of trucks, it'll say, how's my driving? And they'll have a number there. That's how they keep track of how their company's being ran. And they take that feedback and it actually improves their company, because they have what they call the VOC, that's the voice of the customer. Your customer, tells you what they like and what they don't like about your company. And you can fix those things. So just on the YouTube tip, or any,
Mm-hmm.
any platform or anything you create, you always want to have the feedback. Sometimes you don't want to hear the feedback. And what the reason why I say this is, it's also good to have honest people around you that will give you good critical feedback, not hate, but good critical feedback, and honest critiques. Because I have a great friend of mine. I call him Coach, aka E Class, and he actually pulled me to the side. He was like, "Well, you're not reaching this segment of society, right?" And I was like, it was a blind spot to me. And then when he first said it, your ego, what I'm saying, you're gonna be a little, nah, man, ain't the case. But then when I took it back and when I considered the source, and I was like, he ain't gonna never tell me nothing wrong. I considered the source and I improved upon it. So feedback is critical to structure, because that's part of the what are the 7 habits? What's the 7th habit? Sharpening saw.
You said sharpening your saw, yeah, on your skill.
Yeah,
Rinse and repeat.
that's improving. Yeah, that's the improving the process over again. So I mean, like I
Exactly.
said, I always like to give people structure, because like a lot of times you hear on YouTube or wherever you listen to, people just tell you like what should be, but they don't tell you how to do it, or they don't give you any insight on how to achieve what you want to achieve. They just, tell you how it should be. And I think that's not, it's good in the case. It's like some telling somebody, hey, lose weight, but you don't have any suggestion for them to how to lose weight. Or like you were saying, how to bench press or whatever else. So I
You're
always
right.
like to provide some kind of feedback or input that will actually you can apply to get better.
And let me pick back off that real quick. You're right. Feedback definitely helps out with structure because it's a lifestyle and an ongoing improvement skill. And if it don't sting, in my experience, from my experiences, if it don't sting, that means it's not effective. You don't want to be around a lot of yes men and yes women. So feedback and honesty, like for example, for this channel, if Nice would have came on here and be like, "Hey, young Grump, you being late? Come on, you from the military? This is not a good look right here. This is like real trash." I appreciate that, Nicer. So I'll take that in consideration. And from it being honest and it stings, I will be on time, and I'm gonna go ahead and zoom back out and want to go ahead and help overall structure what I'm trying to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And let me pull this up, not to lose y'all real quick, but I'm gonna share my screen and let me go to that little triangle thing. But we're gonna start from right here. You know what I'm saying? The bottom of it. Okay. So I have like, you ever heard about techniques of memorization? Like, the little techniques of, for instance, for engineering, I have this memory palace thing that I go into. I'm gonna just show y'all one example of it to help me memorize it. So talk about SH, shell. Matter of fact, I'm gonna let you into my personal life right here. So this is an example of a memory palace and on the memory technique that I use. So SSH port forwarding. Back then I used to forget what port was. So I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. I'm gonna show you how that helped me out. Right here, secure shell, TCP port 22. I use Gary from SpongeBob because the shell, and I put 22 on it to remember it. And it's very secure compared to Telnet right here. And I put that guy for state for the because he got caught, Telnet is unsecure, so I use that as memorization. Now I don't want to lose y'all real quick, but I'm just saying that that's a technique that helps me on the bottom of the pyramid of structure, which is memory. Did I lost y'all?
No, we get it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and just leave it like that and just let y'all get y'all feedback and put y'all input on it. My apologies.
All right, go ahead, dog. We listening.
Oh no,
I'm
I'm done.
sorry.
I'm about to say I'm done.
Well, I did want to say something about feedback.
Yeah.
This is why I have such a vendetta against like colleges and stuff like that, because the type of feedback you receive in school is not the type of feedback you need in order to learn a skill or to get better or to improve. And what I mean by that, right? Okay, so in let's say we're taking a test, right? Let's say it's a math test, and you get everything wrong, and you fail, but the test is over. But in real life, let's say you're working out and you fail lifting weights, or you're doing jujitsu and you fail, you get submitted and stuff like that. Yes, you failed, but it's a learning opportunity. You see what I'm saying? It's like you can build off that, and it's a greater, it's a stronger. How would you say, like like a stronger feedback. Does that make sense?
Yes,
Yeah.
that does, but I don't know why they be making it seem like failure. Like they use the word too loosely on how you explain it. That's learning feedback, in my opinion. It's not failure.
It,
But yeah,
it
what?
exactly. No, no, 100%. That's what I was trying to. That's what you said. Exactly what I was trying to say. Like failure is not bad. Like you shouldn't be penalized or punished for failing. Like you were supposed to fail because the more times you fail, the closer you are to success.
Correct.
Hmm.
But in school, you fail and you get further from success. You see what I'm saying?
I
Yeah,
feel like
that's true.
school. I feel like school is like it's built like the way how the system is built is to make you feel on
Turbo,
purpose.
you is it me or is Turbo real low?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's kind of long.
you
Hold
sound
on,
muffled.
Yeah, speak up a little bit, Turbo. Turn your mic up. I couldn't hear you, bro.
yo.
Yeah, you good. You good
Yeah,
now.
you
Yeah,
good
you
now?
good.
Am I too loud?
No, you
No, you
perfect.
good
You good.
now?
All right. So I was saying, I feel like sometimes the school system is here to like, especially in America, it's there to put you down. Like I don't know how to explain it to you. Like for example, at my school, school in the hood and stuff like that, they used to segregate kids, like the students, from by colors. So basically, if you're doing really well, you're in green. If you're doing okay, you're in yellow. If you're not doing so well, they'll put you in the orange group. And then if you're doing really bad, that you're really feeling that there's no hope, you'll be in the red group, which I find kind of bad because it's like, your whole main goal is to motivate these kids to, continue and go further, not to segregate them and put them down. Because if you was a certain color, they would look down upon you, and students would even make fun of you, be like, "You're fucking dumb" or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
but they
and
have to do that though.
all right, so I'll let you speak on that. Why is that?
Okay, cool. Hey man, hey Grump, I'm gonna actually pull this up for you, bro, while I'm talking about it, and
Oh,
this is gonna blow you guys mind. Okay, so the school system is pretty much like a pyramid, right? It's well, okay, so there's this thing. It's called the Ricky Gervais principle. It's this guy. He made that show, The Office, and he came up with this pyramid, right? So at the
Mm,
top of the pyramid is yeah. Look up Ricky Gervais principle, bro. Grump.
all right, give me 1 second,
So
please.
it'll work. It'll help with the visuals. I look for it too. Because I'm gonna tell you, because why this is why they color code us, bro. Because you have to have some type of system. You know, like a plantation. You know, the plantation. Where you have to have like some that are higher than the others, so they don't realize that they're in a system. So they have to like fight amongst each other and compete. See, it's competition. See, they want competition. They don't want collaboration and creation. They want because if you're competing, you know what I'm saying. You're not collaborating. You see what I'm
right,
saying, Turbo? Because
All
think
right.
right.
about it, in school, you're not really collaborating. Because if you were collaborating, you would be collaborating. You'd be like, hey man, like, let's say me and you were in school, right? You, me, and Grump, and we like, hey man, we're making beats. Let's work together. That's it, bro. All right, perfect. All right, so this is all right, that pyramid, right? So at the top is sociopaths, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those are the people who don't have to, they make all the rules for the organization. So think of like CEOs, generals in the military, stuff like that. They make all the rules, but they don't have to follow any of the rules, right?
Mm-hmm.
So clueless is middle management, right? So they call them clueless because these people have given 15 to 20 years of their life to an organization that doesn't give a fuck about them.
Right.
That's why they call them clueless. And losers is kind of where we're at. Um, and what it means by loser, it means that like you've given up your capitalistic right to make your own money because you work for somebody. So you're a loser,
And
right?
no disrespect, but this piggybacks off of the military, organization. You got the enlisted, who, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
See,
sir.
Lou,
Yeah,
you want to speak
that's
on that?
exactly what it is. Yeah, losers will be like enlisted, right, Grunt? If you're at McDonald's, losers would be like the guys who at the that's not management. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So and see, school wants you to that's and the school follows this same blueprint, and that's why we were talking about the different colors. They have to color code us. They have to divide us, separate us. Because think about it, we're not individuals. They're putting us in groups. You see what I'm saying? It's a difference, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're putting us in a group that they deem is by their system, and that's fucked up because this system is you're not going to be in this system the rest of your life, but you've been in this system for 13 years of your life.
And you don't know you're in it still.
And you don't know you're in it because you're glad you're green. You're glad that you ain't gotta I'm sure they had like benefits, right? Trevor?
Yes.
Yeah, they used to have benefits like some of the students they would get like certain days like they'll get like a period off like and they can do whatever they want. They could go outside and stuff like that and go eat or buy shit. They don't
Right,
even have,
just like
they
house
had,
Negroes.
yeah, they had their perks, so it was kind of fucked up. And it's like I think actually that system wasn't there until we had like a couple of white teachers, and then we told some of the white teachers, and they felt super offended by it, and it was crazy because they were like because it was like the end of the year during before graduation, everybody was in class, like all the 12th graders was in class, so the seniors were in class, and
Right.
we were talking about it, and me and one of a friend of mine, we were talking about it, and then we brought it up, and then the teachers they got super offended. They're like, "Oh, how is it degrading, or how is it putting other students down? How do you?" Because it's legit what you're doing. Because the ones that are red, you're demotivating them because they're not going to feel to do anything afterwards. And like you said, there's no collaboration. So if there's no
And Turbo,
collaboration, it's just what happened?
can
Yep.
I say something real quick off that? Um,
Yeah. Go ahead.
so for example, that situation you're explaining is no different than let's say a thrift store that's owned by a corporation, right? The
Hmm.
sociopaths at the top could pass some of the same regulation talking about they don't provide plastic bags or paper bags to their customers, right? So the sociopaths will pass it down to the clueless will get that message and pass it down to the losers, and the consumers will take their anger out on the losers about the new regulation that was conducted from the sociopaths. Am I correct,
Hmm.
Yep.
citizen?
Hmm.
You are. And notice something else about the pyramid too. You notice how fat that loser little area is, how thick it is.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and the sociopath is super small. It's very
Yeah,
limited.
right. So here's something else you got to understand too, right? So the dumbest person in the pyramid is the hardest working loser, right? Because think about it. Why would they promote you if you're working super hard at the bottom?
Exactly.
I know it's crazy, but when you really think about it, the people who get promoted are the people who really don't know what they're doing,
Which is
Exactly.
crazy. And
which is crazy, right? Because think about
yes,
it, right? They
because it
need
happens.
because they need people who don't know what they're doing because they can be manipulated once they get to the clueless, right? They just need somebody who can take orders.
Hmm.
That's how you get promoted. So but here's the thing, right? So you see how thick that loser and clueless one is. So
My bad.
you can't. Now you good. You can't get to the top by going through the like climbing the corporate ladder, getting your government. No. You're not going to get to the top of the pyramid that way. You
Yeah.
have to make sociopathic moves to get to the sociopathic uh top of the pyramid. So you got to create your own pyramid.
And that
Yeah,
is
like you
true.
gotta, and yeah, I 100% agree with it because, for example, in the retail stores, you hear some fucked up shit about how people get to like a big time position. They would play dirty and a lot of crazy shit. It's just an example I'm giving, but from my experience, from
And
what
I'm
I've
gonna
heard from
go ahead, Turbo.
Good boy.
now, I was saying from what I've heard from district managers, it's like they really pulled up some sociopath moves that people lost their job and a lot of shit.
And to be honest,
Well,
I'll say this one thing, and I'll pass it to Mo so he can speak on it. But on this subject right here, I put up SpongeBob working hard because piggybacking off of what Citizen Lou said is that the losers, fat, thick one at the bottom of the pyramid, will be the ones who's working hard and deserve that promotion. But the people who get the promotion are the ones who don't know a damn thing, but just know how to push on the regulation. So this is where I had learned. Actually, in the military, I had learned this even a little before in the military. I fully saw it. Is that the losers are the privates when I first came in, like me, and the clueless was the enlisted that were above us, kind of. And you can say the officers or the first sergeants or the sergeant majors were sociopaths, but it still goes. It's another triangle above that. But Citizen Lewis saying that if you work hard, don't follow for that same cliche and be like, SpongeBob. You see how happy he is, and it's kind of funny, but it's sad. It's like he loves the Krusty Krab. He conducts the business more better than Mr. Krabs, and Mr. Krabs is the sociopath. If that makes any sense.
Yep.
no,
He's
it
just saying.
does. Mo, you still there? Mo, you still there, Mo?
Yeah, Mo.
I didn't know if Mo was there.
It's all right.
We
He
both
probably
on the
on the
same.
other side of the
Yeah,
room,
he
but go ahead.
probably. Yeah, I'm gonna say this real quick before Mo get back. Here's the thing too, right, Grump? I want you to think about like in the military. Okay, this is an example of making a sociopathic move, right? So, okay, let's say Grump, me and you are down, we working, right? But I'm finna leave you while you working and start going to school,
Yeah.
right? I'm finna start working on my degree, right? While you working as slave, and I'm finna like go and dip out and just studying. And then now I get my degree while you was slaving, right? I went and got my degree and now I'm an officer.
Oh yeah.
Now I'm above you. I made a sociopathic move and I jumped you, right?
Yes.
I jumped you while you were working hard. We were both losers, but I made a sociopathic move thinking about myself only. I said, fuck Grump, fuck my team, fuck the mission. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna work on me and I'm finna get a degree and I elevated, right? So
As you should.
yeah, that's a form of social. And it's like I'm not trying to say that it's bad because social, what is
Not at
bad, what is
all.
good. You're gonna say what is bad, what is good, right? When you talk about it, but it is a sociopathic move because I'm only thinking about myself, right?
As
But
you should.
Right.
right, exactly.
I,
But
can you hear me?
go ahead. Yeah, go ahead,
Yeah,
Mo.
you
I'll let
good,
you go
Mo?
ahead.
Yeah. See, you had to look at what perspective that you look at it from. And the people at the top of the pyramid, and see, this is the thing I struggle with, and that's going back to 7 habits. You should make moves where everybody wins, right? You win, and the person, everybody involved wins, but you still have to make the move. And if the perspective that you're looking at it from is that if you're the boss, yeah, you don't do a lot of work, but all your actions affect everybody below you on that pyramid. You know what I'm saying? Like the people at the bottom, like, man, I had to come in here and I had to, cook the fries and the burgers and everything like that. But the general manager said McDonald's or the CEO of McDonald's, his decisions affects everybody. So that's why you get paid the big bucks. And that's why you have so much responsibility because it's the levity of your decisions.
Hey y'all, I ain't trying to interrupt y'all, but I gotta go to bed because I got work tomorrow. But it was really
Yeah, we
nice
was
talking
gonna
with
be
y'all.
on here for, but go ahead. My apologies. I'm terrible. I appreciate you for actually speaking up about that. You just sleep. We'll be
Yeah,
hypocrites for not letting you do that.
no. I just didn't want to leave. I just want to tell y'all, it's great, but today I gotta go to bed because
Of
I got the
course.
3 hours traveling. So Mo, I'm
Of
sorry for interrupting you, but I just want to tell you, much
Oh no,
love.
you good. You good.
Lou, you already know. Grump, you already know. Much love to all of y'all, and
of
we're
course.
gonna keep it at that, man. So hey, but y'all stay safe, all right?
All right.
All
For
right, you
sure,
too.
for sure.
All right, where were we at? Who was on finishing
So
off? Who was
it
saying?
was it was me. So back to the point I was saying was that you get paid more at the top because your decisions hold more weight. And can you live with the decisions that you make? You see what I'm saying? Like that's like why the quarterback in football makes the most money because his job is making decisions play after play. A wide receiver doesn't touch the ball every time. The lineman only has one responsibility. The quarterback
Mm,
has to orchestrate the whole offense. He has to read the defense when he comes to the line, call audibles, put people in place, do hot routes, that kind of thing. He touches the ball every time. So he makes the most because if he's not on his A game, the whole team fails. Where if a wide receiver might can take a play off or a lineman can take the play off if the ball's not coming to his side of the field, it doesn't have that big an impact. But as soon as the quarterback makes one bad snap or interception, that could be a pick six. So I liken that to the top of the pyramid. And what I'm just saying is, I think a lot of times as us black men, we don't want to be the decision makers.
mm.
Mm. We both said the same time, Grump.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
Hey
felt
We
Mo,
that.
I
we
wanted
do.
to say
Go
this,
ahead.
man. I want to because you just actually opened up my perspective to the football analogy. Because here's the thing when it comes to that pyramid, the sociopath, this right here is the only requirement that falls under the sociopath title. They make the rules for the pyramid that they don't have to follow.
Boom, bingo.
That's really the only thing that makes them sociopath, right? So like, and that's why, like think about like McDonald's CEO, right? Like he can
Mhm.
put a rule down for all the employees, but he doesn't have to follow them.
No.
You know why?
Go ahead.
Uh-huh.
Well, from my perspective, his skill level is so high that it forgives him for other mistakes. And I liken this to, like, I think there was I don't know if you know the Cowboys or not, but when they were winning that Super Bowl run in the 90s,
Yeah.
Michael Irvin was allowed us to go to sleep in practice because when he got on the field, he performed. So it's like we ain't got to worry about Michael Irvin. You see what I'm saying? But the second, third string guy, he would get fired and kicked off the team if he was sleep in practice. So it's your skill level, how well you perform, that allows you the benefit of those freedoms. Taking out the region when you say, and I love sports because sports is the ultimate competition, especially high level sports. Kobe Bryant is synonymous with sociopath. Was he not on the
Right.
basketball court?
No, he was.
Yes.
So was Michael
Why?
Jordan.
But yeah, why? Because when it was crunch time, when you needed a bucket, they could get it for you. They could go 0 for 7 and they're gonna keep shooting. You see what I'm saying? That's the kind of
Yeah.
mindset we have to have, is you're so confident in your skills, even if you fail, you go back to improve and come back and and perform again. Like I said, I think a lot of times, and my whole thing is about Black people, Black men specifically. We get comfortable being either at the bottom or the next step up from the bottom,
Yeah, the clueless. We love
right?
being in the clueless.
Because there's a comfort in that.
Yo, we love being in the clueless, boy. We love that shit.
The
And
comfort is that we don't have to make any decisions.
Yep.
Even in our households, we turn that over to our wives. They make all the decisions.
And you know what, Mo? I want to make sure I hammer this home because what you're saying is real. Like maybe you're not saying this, but I don't want to come off that I'm like saying that sociopath is bad. You get what I'm saying? I'm not saying that at all. I just really want to hammer it that it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like you just
Yeah,
brought
it
up
is what
Kobe.
it is.
Right,
Exactly.
it is what it is, but you're right. Like black, like it's funny how you tied it to black people. You're right. We don't want to make those decisions. We don't want to make those rules for everybody else. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, we want to be comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
Yeah, that's all I want to
Hello.
say though. Yeah. No, I'm here. I
And
just
I'm gonna
And
use
me
one
being a
example.
father, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead, finish it off because you in the
No,
zone. Go ahead,
because
sir.
I wanted to highlight what he just said. I mean, because he said that
Yeah, go ahead. That
me
means
being a
it's allowing you.
father, while my kids are asleep, while my wife is asleep, I'm up thinking about what's the next play. They can sleep. You see what I'm saying? They don't have to
right.
worry about that.
Yep.
I have to worry about what's the next play or what's the next 2 or 3 plays. And with what they say, with much power comes much responsibility. So,
Hey
like I
Mo,
say,
let
I
me ask
think,
you a question.
yeah.
Do you think it's I might be doing tic tac, but do you think it's with great power comes responsibility or great responsibility comes power? What do you think, bro?
It's interchangeable.
Is interchangeable? Okay, because you
Yeah.
saying it like it can't. Okay, it could be both. Okay.
Well,
It
because
is
as you gain power, you gain more responsibility, and you know what I'm saying. It's reciprocal, right? It feeds one into the other.
because sometimes we have power and we don't want to do nothing with it. That's what I was saying. So I was thinking like maybe we should seek responsibility and then
Mhm.
power comes. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Well,
'Cause-
that's the problem. That's just like when a CEO's son takes over. He doesn't know how to run the company. He has power, you know what I'm saying, but
Right.
he's
Exactly.
never had
Perfect.
responsibility.
Right, perfect. Yeah, exactly. Because like that's a Spider-Man quote. He had obtained superpower. That's where that's where that came from.
Mm-hmm.
But as us as ordinary humans, I think that we should look toward like seeking responsibility. Like like Grump. Like okay, I got viewers. They expect me to come here on Wednesdays or Thursdays or whatever. So I'm gonna do that. Mo, like you said, like I got a kid. There's power in that. In the family and stuff like. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I've never heard anybody say it in that way. Like with great responsibility comes power. It's always power, responsibility. I'm sorry. I just wanted to. That's been on my
Powerful.
mind for like a couple of days. I just wanted to talk. You brought it up. I just they had to say something. My bad. Go ahead, bro.
Mhm. But yeah,
That's
I just
good.
think that we had to step into that. We had to step into that. Um, well, I guess we can't complain if we're happy, we're okay or staying at the bottom. Then we can't complain about things that don't go our way. And sometimes it's better to, instead of being mid level management at a big company, being the CEO of your own small company. Now the
Mm.
comfort's gone because
Yeah,
if you
yeah,
don't
it's gone.
if you don't move, you don't eat. But at the same time, you're calling the shots.
But see what I was saying, Mo? You went out and got responsibility, and then that power came.
Yes, correct.
And I think that's more. I think that's like a more realistic thought process to have for people instead of like gaining power. Because then everybody think about power off 50 Cent. Everybody, you know what I mean? Then thinking
Mhm.
Pablo. You know what I mean? People start getting fantasy land with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and can I say this real quick? So since we on that, I'm gonna put up this. I like to use shows and movies for nostalgia to help get a bit better understanding. But when we talk about this subject, what do y'all look at this person as right here that I'm showing on the screen? Y'all know this show?
Yeah, yeah, I'm familiar with it.
So Dr. Gregory House is an addict, but is a very skillful doctor, right? So Citizen Lou or Mo, do y'all want to have a explanation of how he is on a sociopath or clueless or losers? Like how does he conduct his power? And if it was an average person who don't got, if somebody who was a doctor but that wasn't as good as him was a basic doctor, they would have been fired from the stuff that he did. You know, like how um, what's his name? Mo said that such and such been sleeping at practice and he didn't get fired.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you call this right here? This type of person. He's not the chief. Go ahead.
Well, he's highly specialized. That's he's just highly specialized. I wouldn't necessarily put him in that category I was talking about with the pyramid stuff because in one breath you can be exceptionally good at something, right? And you're gonna make money. You know what I'm saying? Like no matter what you do, it's just that being exceptionally good at something, like being the 1% of something, is like that's kind of an extreme goal to attain. You get what I'm saying? So like that's not something I would tell people like that's like like the NBA, right? Like there's only 400 slots, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't, but I was saying like what I'm talking about, like the sociopath stuff like that. If you would become a creator of that pyramid, you'll have a very good life, and it's not as hard as becoming like the NBA player or like this guy on House. Like I see what you're saying, bringing him up. I just wouldn't
But I
consider
think,
him. Go ahead,
I
Mo.
but
jump.
I think
Okay.
what Grant was bringing up was that his skill level allowed him to be rude and crass
Mm-hmm.
and show up when he wants to show up. It's about being irreplaceable.
Right, right, right,
Now,
right, right. Okay,
if
I'm
you
with you.
have a skill level that's irreplaceable, you kind of can write your own way.
That is true. There's a book. Have y'all read it? It's called "Be So Good They Can't Ignore You."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
You
have
read that
that.
book, Mo?
No, I haven't read. I heard of it though.
Oh, man,
But
it's a it's a
that's a true statement though.
yeah, because he broke it down in the book, y'all. He said that a lot of these jobs, like these dream jobs that people want, he said, bro, y'all just not good enough to get them, because once you're good enough, you'll be able, like if you're really good at something, you're gonna have your own autonomy. You're gonna get paid a lot, and that's really what people want: freedom, money, and being around their family. That's really all people want. And if you're actually exceptionally good at something, you're gonna have that. And then you like have a job that's not even on the job listing board. You see what I'm saying?
That
Yeah,
that
that's the
was
book.
heavy
That's
right
that's the
there.
book, bro.
That was
Yeah, that's
real
a
heavy right
powerful.
there. What you said.
Yeah, because he was saying this guy. I mean, it's so many things. He did something, and then he became like a monk or something, and then he quit doing that. He realized that didn't give him the happiness he was searching for, and then he had got really good at doing like marketing or something like that. He did that for like 7 years straight, and now he like traveling around the world doing campaigns for people in Russia and China, doing all type of stuff, bro. But that's what he's good at it though. That's why he gets flown out to those countries and he gets to work from home and he gets to, you know what I'm saying, call in when he feel like it because they know can't nobody else do it, right? I'm done.
Right. And that's the way you should
Yeah.
be. But that's why I was saying it can start at any level. And the last line we're talking about when I was saying people even from the fries, you should make the fries so good that the customer like, who y'all got on fries today? Something ain't right. You know what I'm saying? They know you missing. like,
Right.
like where
Yeah,
Johnny
you
at? You know what I'm saying? These fries ain't the salt. Something's off about it. I mean, that to that point, if you do your job and embrace it, but just to go back to what we're talking about, if you do your job so well, you're going to start creating that muscle memory. You're going to have a structure, and then you're just going to start becoming improving to the point where you're going to be a necessity. So when they start to cut people, they're like, well, we can't get rid of him. You know, and that's the way we should be. Is be, you know what I'm saying, be irreplaceable.
I
right.
remember. Okay,
Go ahead,
I
go ahead,
was
girl.
have
Go
a.
ahead.
I have a tell. I remember when I used to work at Walmart, and there was this guy named I want to say it was Chris. It was this white young guy, but he was like very good at working on the line on IMS, and he did something and he got fired. And I remember it was like a week past, the supervisor came and said, "Where's such and such is at?" And it was like, all right. She's like, we gotta bring him back. So is that what you kind of like explain off of Mo, like the fries thing? Like he was so
Yeah,
good at doing one specific task. It was like, y'all gonna bring him back.
that's what you call a specialist.
Yeah, okay, all right. I'm glad y'all talk about it.
Yeah, and as you could become a specialist, then you can start, moving your way up the Bloom's taxonomy of, you actually start creating things. But just to tie us back in the comment, I think you was talking more about, but then we know that was the thing with Major Payne too, right? Just to bring it back into the topic of the movie.
Yes, sir.
He was a specialist, right? They brought him in to straighten out those boys that nobody else could reach. He had a certain skill. And when he
Yeah.
left, everything fell apart.
Mm.
And see, and that's what I was saying, bro. That one stream was talking about. I love that you brought that up because it goes back to the school thing. Because see, his skill set, you can't like quantify it, right? Like you can't measure it, but it does have impact.
You do. Yeah, correct.
You see what I'm saying? Like he has an impactful skill set that you can't like put on paper like a test or a grade, but the people he interacts with that they see his skill set understand how impactful it is.
Mm.
And we
They
don't
can't.
have that in our education system. Go ahead, bro.
No, go ahead. My bad. You just
No, you
hit
good.
it on the head.
I
Like you literally said, you hitting everything on the head about how they can't measure what he did, but it was impactful, and they knew it did something to those kids, so that's why they had him around. As for instance, I'm going through these images, and you see that girl right there. She's trying to be yin yang with it, like she's trying to understand it. But during the movie, she understands that he actually is an impact on these kids. Crazy
and
little asshole. Go ahead.
let me clean it up a little bit. Actually, okay, you can measure it right by the graduation rates of these kids, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, my bad. Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take that. Yeah, you can measure it by that. But it's like you can't, you know what I mean? Like put it like yeah, y'all see what I'm saying? Like it's not a degree or anything
Yeah.
that he has. Like it's not anything that it's just something he just like Kobe, right? Like you can see you can measure on the stat sheet, but it's like when you see him play, it's like, yeah, he's impactful.
It's not
That's what I'm
linear
saying.
though. It's not linear.
Right. It's
Kobe.
not, it's exponential. Thank you, bro. It's not linear, right?
Yeah.
Because he could do this
Mo.
for 2 kids, he could do this for 8 kids, he could do this for 16, 40, 100, 200, 1,000,
Yeah.
and it just be exponential growth.
Exactly. And that helps with the structure right there. So, Mo, you want to put an input on this?
Yeah, I mean, but he did also, another thing he did was he empowered the kids to be able to operate without him. Because remember,
Mm.
he wasn't there when
See,
they
that's
first
powerful
started
too.
the competition. And that's what life is all about. Life is all about being able to perform when it's time to perform. It's some guys that can shoot jump shots back to back to back to back in practice, But when you get 25,000 people in the crowd and it's game 7, they freeze up. You see what I'm saying? It's all about being able to go when it's go time, and to empower the people around you. And that's what he did. He was like, when it was time to show up at the competition, his troops was ready. So that's another thing we have to empower, the people under us. And I think a lot of times that's the problem with leadership. Leadership want all the glory, and they don't
You
want to empower the people under them.
that's funny. I know a guy, he's a programmer, and like man, he could do all the invert binary trees, algorithm, data structure. He could do all that, bro. But man, if you ask him to like build an app or a website, man, he just frees up.
I mean, yeah, that is true. See, and this what sums up the whole thing. It's like good structure, have that creative mind also on top. Like I'm telling you, that's crazy. That's crazy.
No, you do, man. That's and that just goes to show. And another thing too. I'm glad you brought it up. And you, this is a good stream. When I was saying about collaboration and creating and having like being a specialist, so you get exponential results. Like when you do like the school thing and you go like into like get a little job and then you get into that pyramid we was talking about, it's all linear. Like in the Navy, in the military, right? Like your check goes up like $100, then maybe 300, you know what I mean? Then 200. It goes up a little bit every $100 every time you rank up or whatever, right? But you'll never get like exponential money. Like you can't turn $1 into $2, right?
Right.
They'll give you
You're right
10
about that.
cents, but they'll never double your money. If they give you $1, they'll give you 10 cents as a raise, but they'll never give you that dollar and another dollar back. Hell no. Hell no.
Because you're with the structure? Like for
Yeah,
instance,
exactly. You're in a slave structure, right? Exactly.
yeah,
You're
so
in a
for
linear
instance, it,
Well,
because you're not creating, you're
Microsoft,
not
I went
collaborating.
slave structure because it's voluntary.
Voluntary slavery.
you could call
Look,
it however you want. It's still in the structure of that pyramid of like, let's say Microsoft, and you go to Microsoft and you make the next model of the laptop. You're
mhm.
not going to get double salary off that. You like how Citizen Lou said, you're going to get what if not 50 cent added on, and they're going to put it within that model because whether or not you volunteer for it, it's still in that model, right?
Yeah, man. They said Bill Gates be snatching them dudes' ideas. Them
Left and
dudes in
right.
Microsoft be having ideas. He be snatching them, boy.
But that's why. But look, that's why. But they signed up for that,
You're
Right.
correct. You're correct.
You right.
and that's why. What I'm saying is going back to black men. We can't complain about the situation that we're in if we're doing nothing to change it.
That's
You
See, I
right.
accurate.
mean, I'm about personal responsibility, and it's like, okay, if you're good enough that Bill Gates need to snatch your ideas, you need to be somewhere at the top of the pyramid of your own structure
Right.
because you're a creator. You know what I'm saying? Going back to Bloom's taxonomy, you're actually a creator, so you need to be at the top.
Yep.
You
And
stuck yourself in the level of, saying, at the mid level.
and
The
don't
guy
don't
who
get it. My bad. Don't get it twisted. When we say this, we're not playing for people in chat. We're not playing victim of Bill Gates stealing your idea and all that. You volunteer for it. And what Mo is saying is that if you even was able to snatch like that, you're in the wrong area. You gotta find a way to get in that top 10% with those other people. All right, you go ahead. My bad, Mo.
And why are you not? And then you got to ask yourself, why am I not in the top 10%? And the reason why is probably because you just fear failure. So now the reason why you're not getting what you're supposed to do because you're letting Bill Gates make the decisions for you.
Yeah, and the guy who made Gmail was an employee of Google too. And they
See,
snatched that off of him.
but you gotta understand, people play their part because he might been good at making Gmail, but like a quarterback, does he know like for what you're doing right now, Mo? Your family's sleeping, but you're thinking of like 2 or 3 weeks ahead, right?
Right.
But twisted, somebody might have the skills and the structure just like you, but they might not have the stomach for the responsibilities as you.
Well, they're getting what they earn. They're earning what they deserve.
Okay, see, all right, that's all I'm saying.
Because
That's all.
it just say at a CEO level, you make the wrong decision, the whole company might go down.
Yeah,
And that guy might get bubble guts when it's time to make that call.
exactly. And that's why I'm saying we're not playing no victim or nothing. That
I know,
people who,
I know
yeah,
you're not. I'm just saying, as a general,
as in general, yeah,
we have to check ourselves. Like, why am I in this situation? You had to. I have to ask myself that. And a lot of times, when I say you, I'm speaking to myself because I'm inside the group, not outside the group.
yes, sir, yes, sir. Okay. Hopefully, people in the chat get that. My bad, Lou. You want to say something about that?
Oh, nah, man, Mo hit it on the head, man. I mean, that's yeah, yeah, you hit it on the head, brother.
And this is going to come right here. We're going to within like the next 3 minutes, we're going to go ahead and close down this live. And I'll say this before I let y'all get back. But Mo, I actually appreciate you. This brother have definitely been proactive and used his 7 highly effective habits skill on me by, with the structure, because at the end you gotta evolve and you gotta be comfortable doing uncomfortable things. And that's what I'm all about. So I appreciate you for that, Mo, though. And you could put your last input.
Oh yeah, man. I'm just glad to be here, be able to, like I said, pay it forward. And I've been where y'all at, and it's like now I need to fill in the gaps with what comes from your age to my age, so y'all can have a better outcome. You know what I'm saying? So
Right, that's what's up.
Exactly. So, Citizen Lou, you got something to say before I close out this live soon?
Yeah, yeah. I just want to say you're right about the structure. I'm glad Mo came up, Grump, because y'all boys got the subscribers that I'm trying to get to, and I'm like watching y'all, be consistent. And that's why I told you I put them videos up. And they're not the best, but I'm working, and I'm just make sure I'm doing like once a week, once every 5 days, just kind of keep the consistency going. So I think I got like 11 videos. So my goal for the year is 100 videos. So.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll yeah, we're just gonna get it. And yeah, man, y'all boys have a good one, man. This was a good
can
talk.
I make one suggestion?
What's up,
Yeah.
bro?
Yes.
Shorten your timelines on your goals.
You think 100 and
No. I'm saying, like, break it down in chunks. So say if you got like, just say 5 months left in the year. What we at? No, like 8 months left in the year.
yeah.
So you're saying you're gonna do like 12 videos a month?
Yeah, so what's that? That would be 3 videos a week. Yeah,
Something like
okay.
that. So
Hmm.
set that goal. So say I'll do 12. I'll do 10 in the next month. That's what I'm saying. Just shorten your goal like that, because sometimes
Yeah, okay. You right.
you
Yeah,
lose
because
control of like 100, because you'll trick yourself into saying, "Well, I still got this long time to get to 100." But if you
you're
say
right.
10 in a month, you know, just a little
That's a good
feedback.
point. That's a good point, man. And I'm also working on this app too for this travel group. And I've definitely been breaking that down into small chunks too. So you're right. So yeah,
Okay.
man. Y'all, yeah, I appreciate that, Mo. Appreciate it, man.
All right. I'm glad I could
Yeah,
help.
for sure, man. I'll catch y'all boys on the next one, man. Salute to you, Grunt, man. Y'all boys have a good night.
All
All
right.
right,
Peace,
y'all
Grump.
be easy.
Peace,
Yes,
Mo.
sir. All right, for people in the chat, I appreciate y'all for stopping by and showing support. Once again, like I said, I always said, if it wasn't for y'all, I wouldn't be here. And we support each other, and we're gonna grow with this journey. Y'all have a good night and good day.